This presentation will be reviewing critical language awareness and second language learning. Critical language awareness is the understanding of social, political, and ideological aspects of language, linguistic variations, and discourse. Having a focus on critical language awareness helps create student-centered classrooms and assists teachers in presenting material according to student readiness. The way to incorporate language awareness into the classroom is by blending content about language, language skills, attitudinal education, and metacognitive opportunities. By blending these four areas, we are allowing students to reflect on the process of language acquisition, learning, and language use. These four areas would also be integrated into existing subject areas. Students can learn a second language through the examination of their primary language. An example of this would be word order being compared using visual cues so students can see and hear differences, and word etymology or roots of words can be used to see patterns in the formation and related meaning. Building language awareness helps students gain positive attitudes towards their target language. This is done by developing their confidence to make an attempt or to take a risk. Students become more active and responsible in their own learning, and learning more about language will help students develop appreciation for the target language. There are many activities that can be used in the classroom to increase language awareness. Some of these activities include having open discussions, using synonyms and expressions, activities that involve social register, language variations or dialects, word origins, and cognates. Having open classroom discussions will allow teachers to see what types of languages their students speak, and then also allow students to see what types of languages there are in the world and how many languages there are in the world. One way to do this is by having an icebreaker discussion where you would ask students what languages they speak and how well they speak those languages. As the discussion goes on, it should lead to a discussion of how many languages actually exist in the world. And then furthering the discussion, you can choose different countries and discuss how many languages are spoken in those countries. So for example, in Canada, they speak English and French. This will lead students to compare their language to the different languages in the world. And then also, for students who come from different countries, it will allow them to compare their new country and the languages spoken here to their old country and the languages spoken there. Using synonyms and expressions is another good way to build language awareness in your classroom. One way you can use expressions is by giving students two phrases or sentences that have the same word in it, but those words have different meanings. So for example, you could say, I had a flat tire, or you could say, I live in a flat. And students would be able to see that the word flat can have various meanings depending on, if you're in America, you would be speaking of a flat tire, a tire with no air, and in Great Britain, they would use the word flat to identify an apartment or somewhere that they lived. You can also use photos of people and have students identify different words to explain the expression in the picture. So if you showed a picture of a happy child, see the different words that students can come up with to describe that child: happy, ecstatic, excited, and build the conversation from there. The activities discussed are intended to be integrated into other activities and used to help improve learning and understanding. They will usually overlap with your syllabi. In the videos attached, there is more explanations of what critical language is and different methods that can be used in the classroom.